Hey everyone, Saucy here, and today I want to do a slightly different video than I have been uploading recently. I've been doing horrific visions of Stormwind, and someone had, in one of my videos, had commented basically what was I going to do now that I had finished the horrific vision, because that was a system that was supposed to last until obviously the rank 15 cloak and yada yada, and that's actually not the case. So here on screen you can see there are 5 altars, if you will, altars of Faceless Masks, and I've already unlocked all 5. So these are the hard mode versions of each horrific vision that you can add, and you can actually stack them too. So you could add this altar to this altar, which puts on the Faceless Mask and gives you an additional affliction, as well as increases the bonus damage by 25% of all mobs in the instance, increases their health by 25%, but also gives you 25% more mementos per run. So basically these are the Faceless Masks. How you get the first one is the even more horrific vision of either Stormwind or Orgrimmar. Doesn't matter which one you do, but this will always be the first mask you get. I do personally think that Orgrimmar is slightly easier than the Stormwind version or vision, but that's obviously up to preference, I guess, in your class and spec. But anyway, so the Faceless Mask of the Long Night is a mask that reduces your maximum sanity by 50%. On the PTR it was it was to 65%, so it decreased it 35%, but now on live they've decided to make it a little bit harder, and it's to 50%. One thing to note with this, when you are using Elite Extermination gives you a flat 200 sanity. It's not a percentage. So when you kill stuff, even though your maximum bar will be, 500 sanity for my sanity, I guess it'll be 525. But anyway, it'll give you 200 flat sanity. But when you are using your orb will channel sanity to you. So instead of giving you, 100 or 105, whatever, it will give you 50 per tick. So that is something to keep in mind. It will reduce literally all of your sanity by 50 of Elite Extermination. But you do also have to be careful, because that limits your time, and obviously the mob's health are increased by 25%. So you have to be able to do it with 25% of your sanity still remaining on a regular clear. Bonus health, and then you also have to remember that you have half the time to do it, so please be careful in that. But the next mask that I wanted to go over is actually our Faceless Mask of the Daredevil. And so you put on the Faceless Mask of the Long Night, you go into the Valley of Honor, I think, where Rexxar is, in Orgrimmar, with a Faceless Mask, and you have to kill him. You do not have to kill Thrall after that, by the way. You can literally just kill Rexxar and, die, and you will still get your Faceless Mask. Faceless Mask of the Daredevil is a little bit more challenging. Faceless Mask of the Daredevil increases sanity damage by 400%. So Rexxar's little quill boars that shoot those quills at you will, instead of dealing 15 sanity damage to you, it will tick for 60, which is, quite a bit different, because some of the abilities are unavoidable sanity loss that, will get you killed basically super quick. And again, the Faceless Mask also does give you 25% more mementos, increases the health and damage of the mobs in the horrific visions by 25% each. Okay, so the next one is the the Faceless Mask of the Dark Imagination. The Faceless Mask of the Dark Imaginations comes from the Mage Quarters in Stormwind. And basically, you have to go there with one of the Faceless Masks on, and that one will do, while you are below 50% sanity, you have a chance of spawning a creature from the void. And the creature from the void have roughly 150k health. Now, I've not tried this with 2 or more masks, so I don't know if you put on another mask, if that thing from beyond, or I guess a voidling, whatever it is, will have additional 25% health as well. But when I wore a mask and I did my visions, basically it had 150,000 health. So it wasn't too bad, but you know, had I been at like 50 sanity or whatever, I would have been definitely screwed. So the next mask is the Faceless Mask of the Pained. The Faceless Mask of the Pained comes from Old Town in Stormwind. You have to kill Matthias Shaw wearing a Faceless Mask. And what it does is it gives you double madnesses simultaneously. So for example, if you are in the Valley of Spirits, you can get the Entomobia, as well as the Scorched Earth debuff that makes you jump. And that actually would be a pretty good pairing because the Entomobia would then knock off essentially your bugs. While Leaden Foot and Split Personality is also a good combination in the Valley of Wisdom. So it's not terrible of a mask to choose if you were going to do that for your first one to unlock the rest of them. However, there is also some madnesses, for example, Split Personality, where you obviously can't move, and then there is a madness that will make you move when you're wearing it. So it can lead to some pretty terrible combinations, but that's going to change week by week as you're wearing the mask. And finally, the last Faceless Mask is the Faceless Mask of the Burned Bridge. You get this one from completing the Valley of Wisdom in Orgrimmar with a Faceless Mask on. And what it does is when moving, spawns void zones behind you that drain sanity. Now, this mask is particularly nasty if you're in a group of 5 because your group members will spawn the void puddles that you can also step on and get stuck in. So that is something to be careful for, but it is probably going to be one of the stronger masks to wear, or the easier mask to wear, if you will, while doing the content solo. One thing I would recommend for classes that are not super great at these horrific visions, you know, that your rogues, your DHs, your tanks, your rep allies, those are all classes that are not going to have huge issues in these horrific visions. But for other classes, you know, the casters, maybe not the Boomkin Helios is pretty good, but some of the other classes that may struggle in these, I would recommend waiting until you get Gifted the Titans before you move on to do a full clear with a mask on. And the reason why is Gifted Titans gives you increasing haste and movement speed by 60% and reduces sanity loss from all sources by 100% for 20 seconds. So basically, you know, those little void puddles that spawn, you can stand in and actually cast. You don't have to keep moving every 2 seconds to do the mechanics while, you know, you struggle to DPS because, well, basically, like Destro, Warlock can't really move. Unless you're conflagging or you got a proc of Chaotic Infernal on your Incinerate, you can't really move very much at all. So Gifted Titans will definitely be something that helps me clear my solo visions, and hopefully it will for you too. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have any comments or anything, please leave them in the comment section below. Good luck to everybody, and have a good day.